Then on Sports Central, we go over a March Madness game preview and prediction on the Elite Eight matchup between the Texas Longhorns and the Miami Hurricanes. Both teams have had outstanding runs in this tournament getting to this point, and the stakes are high. The winner goes to the Final Four, and at this point, the winner of this game might just be the favorite to win the national title. So a huge game for both these teams. We'll go over a full game preview and prediction on this match preview today, starting out with your team trends. Texas beat Xavier in the Sweet 16, 83-71. An outstanding win there for the Longhorns. This is a team that is hot right now. They won the Big 12 tournament, and this team at 29-8 is at this point the favorite to win this entire tournament. I mean, all the one seeds are out. Texas is the highest remaining seed in this tournament as a 2 seed, and yeah, once again, this team is very dangerous right now as we look forward to the Elite Eight. But they're taking on Miami. Now, the Hurricanes on the other side just beat Houston 89-75. That was actually a dominant win there for Miami. A 5 seed who just took down one of the favorites of the tournament in Houston. I mean, Alabama and Houston went down in the same game window in the Sweet 16, and the Hurricanes 28-7. This team is more than capable of winning it all right now. Games will be on Sunday, March 26th in Kansas City. Your tip-off is 5:05 p.m. Eastern. Spread's going with Texas here by 3.5, so the Longhorns are favored as you'd expect. I mean, this team is arguably the best team remaining. I mean, you look at Texas. I mean, UConn, I'd say, is a close second right now. The way UConn's playing, I mean, they should be considered one of the teams to beat. And that's the thing. I mean, the winner of this game plays UConn in the Final Four. So, I mean, the left side of the bracket, you got FAU, who just won yesterday, and then San Diego State and Creighton. I mean, the left side of the bracket is just wild. I mean, this side of the bracket, I do think your winner is more than likely going to come out of this side. So the winner of the Final Four game between UConn and the winner of this game, I do think ends up winning the national championship. But yeah, Texas is favored, and the BPI they're actually favored 77%, so heavy favored there, and the over-under is 147.5. You look at the runs for both teams. Texas beat Colgate in the first round by 20. They beat Penn State in the second round. Penn State, a hot team heading into that matchup. And they also beat Xavier, a team that was definitely considered a dangerous team heading into the Sweet 16. So Texas, they're playing as good as anybody right now, that's for sure. And Miami on the other side beat Drake in the first round. Some were considering Drake as a potential upset bid against Miami, but the Hurricanes have gotten it done. They beat Indiana in the second round and just beat Houston. This team is progressively getting better and better in this tournament. And at this point, I mean, the Hurricanes should not be underestimated. They could very well win this matchup. Stat comparison for this one, Texas averages 78 points a game. They allow 67. Miami on the other side averages 79 and allows 72. The BPI actually has a huge difference between these two teams. Texas is in the top 5 at number 5, and Miami is 36 on the other side. Your no bowl games this season, Texas, they were 2-1 against Kansas, split the series against Kansas State and Baylor. K-State went a long ways in this tournament. TCU, they beat them twice. They were 2-1 against them this season and split the series against Iowa State. You look at Miami on the other side, they beat Virginia by 2. They were 1-2 against Duke. They lost to Maryland by 18 and split the series against both Pitt and NC State. So, I mean, the Hurricanes weren't extremely impressive in their matchups against their top tier teams, but so far in this tournament, they've beaten both Houston and Indiana in dominant fashion. So point being, this team is playing at a very high level right now. Your key points, Texas 29-8. This team has got an elite offense. They are brutal to defend, and this defense has been outstanding at points this season as well. I mean, this is a consistent Texas team. We've seen that in this tournament, and you could argue that they are the team to beat. They're definitely one of the teams to beat. I mean, once again, your top 2 teams I think left in this tournament are Texas and UConn. UConn's a 4 seed, but they should not be under. I mean, that's a team that is playing at a very high level right now. They have dominated every team that they've played in this tournament. They've beaten each of their 4 opponents by 15 plus heading into the Final Four. So UConn, yeah, they're dangerous as well. But Texas, I mean, if they can win this matchup, that's going to be quite a game in the Final Four between Texas and UConn. And honestly, you could potentially consider that to be your national championship because, I mean, the winner of this side of the bracket, the right side, is more than likely going to win it all. I mean, we mentioned the left side. You got Creighton, you got San Diego State. Winner of that game takes on Florida Atlantic. Yeah, there are some outstanding stories on that side of the bracket, but I just don't see any of those teams winning the title over, say, Texas, Miami, or UConn. So that's something to keep in mind. This is a huge matchup considering that. And this is the most complete team left in the tournament. You could say that as well. I mean, UConn is also dangerous. They're also complete. But Texas especially, I really like. But for Miami, Isaiah Wong, he is a true all-around threat. This Miami team has silenced doubters this entire tournament. I mean, this team was picked to potentially get upset in the first round against Drake. And Miami's here in the Elite Eight. So, I mean, this team is hot. They just beat Houston, defied the odds there, and surprised everyone. And this is a dangerous team because of that. I mean, Texas is favored in this matchup, and everyone's talking about, the potential Texas-UConn matchup that's coming up here in the Final Four. But it could very well be Miami and UConn. Miami's a team that is just as good as anyone, and they could definitely beat anybody in this tournament as given by their first 3 games that we've seen so far. And that said, let's get to the prediction here for Texas and Miami coming up here in the Elite Eight. This one, it's a tough game to pick. You got 2 outstanding teams here, 2 teams that have had outstanding runs, but I'm going to go with the favorite here. Texas wins this game 80-72. I've got a higher scoring one here for sure. I think Texas is a team offensively. They are so consistent. I mean, they put up 83 points on Xavier, and they game in, game out are outstanding offensively. And you look at Miami, though. I mean, they're in the same position there. This team put up 89 on Houston. They put up 85 on Indiana. I mean, that's why this game is so tough to predict. You got 2 teams that are just so hot right now. And, I mean, if you make it to the Elite Eight in the March Madness tournament, I mean, you're obviously playing at a very high level. And that said, it's tough, but I'm going to go with Texas. They're the more complete team, and I like them to take down Miami in this one. I'm going to say 55% towards Texas. Over-under is 147.5. I am taking the over and Texas to cover the spread in the end. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this matchup, and I appreciate you guys all watching as always. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. Catch you on the next one.